Right, welcome to the Film and TV channel. We're going to have a look at a film called Antlers today, a drama, horror, mystery, a 15 certificate here in the UK. I think it's an R certificate in the US, an hour and 39 minutes. The film stars Kerry Russell, Jesse Plemons, Jeremy T. Thomas, Graham Greene, Scott Hayes, Rory Cochrane and Amy Madigan. Yeah, it's about an isolated Oregon town. Aren't they all up there? It's a bit quiet, isn't it, up there? A middle school teacher and her sheriff brother become embroiled with her enigmatic student whose dark secrets lead to terrifying encounters with a legendary ancestral creature who came before them. There you go. How's it doing? How's it scoring? Well, as at the 3rd of November, 9 a.m. UK time. Rotten Tomatoes, 5.9 out of 10, so just below that magical 6 figure. That's based on 138 reviews. That's 83 fresh and 55 rotten. Andy Lear, he's fresh on this. He said the film's serious themes don't always sit well with the jump scares, but Cooper cooks up some genuinely nightmarish visions. So, yeah, that's Andy Lear. Yeah, I didn't notice too many jump scares, to be honest with you. Matthew Bond, though, he's rotten on this. Obviously, Andy Lee was fresh on it. Matthew Bond is rotten. He's from the Mail on Sunday. At heart, it's a horror film, he says. We've seen many times before, but we have. I mean, there's not many things you can do. All you can do is hopefully do it a little bit better than it's done before. But there you go. The consensus of the website, it struggles to find a successful balance between its genre and allegorical elements, but Antlers is sharp enough to recommend as a richly atmospheric creature feature. The audience, Rotten Tomatoes audience like it, 3.7 out of 5, so obviously that equates to 7.4 out of 10. So we've seen a little bit of difference between Joe Public and the critics on this one. Metacritic, the other site we'll look at, another aggregator, of course, sampled 31 critics. It's got an average score of 58 out of 100. Again, just below that magical 6 I like to see, with 14 positive, 14 mixed, and just 3 negative. So not too bad. But it scored anywhere between a lowly 25 out of 100 and 90 out of 100. The 25 was from the playlist Carlos Aguilera. He gave it 25 and said, chunks of childhood trauma, a dash of the opioid crisis, a few drops of environmental distress, and Native American mythology swim together in a foggy concoction of a plot without meaningfully merging. I do accept some of that critique, because I say it didn't quite all come together for me as well. But 25 out of 100, really, mate? I think that's a little bit low. There are some, as I said, there are some 90s out of 100, but there's a lot of positivity. And one of the higher ones, I've tried to sort of not gone too high with this, IGN's Rafael Montemayor, he gave it 70 out of 100 and said, Antlers is a satisfying, unsettling and rather bleak horror movie when it focuses on its main creature. It's also a thought-provoking character drama when it deals with parental neglect, but the two never properly mix. So, yeah, there's a theme there, isn't there? Keeping it from being as great as it could have been. Yeah, I think Raphael sort of took a bit of what I was thinking in a sort of a paragraph conclusion to this. Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, this is what it matters. These are the guys that paid to get in and watch this thing. 6.4 out of 10, that's not bad. That's risen a little bit. It was a little bit lower a few days back, but that's based on 2,932 scores and reviews left. 2,204 of that total scored it anywhere between 6 and 10, so that's a healthy 75% positivity of people scored it 6 or more. A total of 728 scored it between 1 and 5. So that leads me just to my little thoughts on it. It is, as I said, it is one of these horrors. It's been done before. Mythical creatures, obviously, obviously in this case, I think it's obviously Red Indian sort of, or Alaskan Indian. I'm not too sure of that. I must have missed that somewhere. But it still has a pretty good plot. If you just read through the plot, it reads really well. So it's all a matter of how successful it is. Depends on how well put together it is, actor-wise, scene-wise, etc., etc. But this doesn't quite rise too far above the average, but it does rise above the average. It does get a little bit. The best bits are in the last third, but it is a very watchable small creature feature that at least wraps everything up as well. You're not left with any doubts at the end of this. There's a lot of these horror movies, you don't know how to finish them, but this is finished nicely. It is nicely. I'm not saying it isn't set up for another, but it is well packaged and finished very well. I like that. The acting is very good. You know me and child actors. I thought the two younger members in this were excellent, especially the very young lad who was one of the main protagonists in this. The young cast was superb. And Kerry Russell is probably the lead adult in this, holds everything together as far as the adult actors are concerned. No qualms at all with the quality of the acting on show. And again, it's one of these things that could have been very dark, not dark in story, but dark in actually looking at the screen, because there's lots of obviously dark rooms, there's lots of obviously mines, underground caverns, etc., mines, etc. But it's sort of, the shooting is fine. You can see what's going on. Sometimes I struggle. It might be my eyesight and my age. I'm not too sure, but I do like the way that it's actually quite clear what's going on, and you can see it with that little hint of darkness and horror, of course, that you'd expect from a dark environment. But it does light up things okay, and everything looks okay. You can see what's going on, and which I like. I like to see. When I hate these films where everything's very dark and dingy, and you can't quite see what's going on. Of course, Guillermo del Toro is the producer of this. It's not one of the oddest he's been involved in, but that's probably more due to the director Scott Cooper's element in this, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you do like del Toro's stuff, it's not everyone's cup of tea, is he? So if you don't like his stuff, you might not like this. But excuse me, this is a little bit more mainstream, as I said, than perhaps some of his other stuff. To be honest with you, I quite like his stuff, but he can be a bit out there. But this is a bit more routine and mainstream in a good way, not in a bad way. It's just a bit more horror normal. Almost very, very good for me. It is a slow burn, unfortunately, and that won't appeal to everyone. As I say, there are elements of this early doors that might turn people off a little bit. But I quite liked it. I like, as I say, the actual scenes and scenery and the acting standard and the sets, etc. Sort of kept me very interested in what was going on. As I say, I did invest in a couple of the characters straight away, so I did want to see what happened to them and how they got on. So that's absolutely fantastic. So I'm not going to go mad with my score, but I think I mean, obviously, look at that. So I don't know where this 29 out of 100 came from. That was a bit mean. And I was going to just give it a watchable score, but no, I thought it was very watchable. So if it's very watchable, it's got to rise to a 6.5 out of 10 for me, which is pretty much in line with Joe Public with the Internet Movie Database, and I don't see anything wrong with that. It's not perfect by any means, but I did look forward to it. It was a little bit hyped, and obviously that, based on the hype, I thought it might be slightly better, but I wasn't too disappointed, and I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. So if you get a chance, get a watch and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. Whatever we're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. To meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps have a flick across, please have a look at my Citizen channel. If you're interested in football and my football team, Manchester City, have a look on there, what I do on there, City Past, City Present. But if not, and it's back on here, I got loads of stuff on the Film and TV channel, so hopefully I'll see you all soon. All I ask is please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.